But maybe some of you are saying, I thought we were going to have opera. Well, you know, that happens to be an operatic aria. It's taken from an opera called Semele, written by George Frederick Handel. It's rarely performed. I have seen it only once, at a production at the National Opera, English National Opera in London, where, to tell you the honest truth, it was so overproduced, and where the singers and the conductor thought that they knew a lot more about the subject than Handel did, interfered and imposed themselves upon the music, including changing the vocal line, that I rather forget what the story was about. I was quite offended. I really should have started with Purcell instead of Handel, because Purcell was prior to Handel. A lot of people really do wonder what art is. It's a very difficult thing to define. But one thing that has generally been accepted is that it is a search for truth. And music has been described as the art of arts. There are strange things happening in our society. Just before I left for this concert tonight, I saw on television a magnificent contrast, a wonderful tribute to the great, great photographer Adams, with his wife appearing, talking about the necessity of revealing the soul of things. We have to be so careful with our vocabulary these days. And then the next thing that appeared was a beautiful Steinway piano, and it said, the piano is a Steinway. The violin is a Stradivarius. The music is Mozart. And the cat food is... You know, we really do have to ask ourselves, where are we going? Aeneas was the successor of Hector. He carried his aging father on his shoulders, led his son by the hand, and fled Troy, that was in flames. The remainder of his army he put onto ships and cast out to sea, and he was shipwrecked on the shores of Carthage. At a moment in time when the queen of Carthage, Dido, was threatened by the Numidian hosts, and she was without proper military command. Aeneas used his expertise to come to the defense of the Carthaginians and won the Carthaginian wars. He was called upon to great destiny. But Venus, that dangerous goddess, she interfered. And she went to Jove because Dido had fallen in love with Aeneas, and said, don't make him fulfill his destiny so quickly. Allow him to have a love affair with Dido. And Jove agreed, but on the condition they would have no children. Aeneas eventually became very, very troubled, because he knew that he was not being faithful to his calling, to his talents, to what destiny was calling him to do. He forsook Dido, and he founded the Roman Empire. Now, what's that got to do with us? Art asks questions. It doesn't give any answers. And the story of Dido and Aeneas asks every one of us, what is our responsibility? What is our calling? Are we being true to ourselves, Are we being true to our talents? Are we being true to what is our perception of truth? This was the agony that Aeneas faced, leaving Didon. Jove's command shall be obeyed. This night our anchor shall be weighed. But what language shall I try my injured queen to pacify? No sooner she resigns her heart than from her arms I'm forced to part. How can so hard a fate be took? One night enjoyed, the next forsook.